just be one of those high-class tanks.
I like this composition from the Gigabyte Marines. They have the ability to play on side lanes, which you need if you want to face up.
Have a lot of pushing power and wave clear now with this team composition, and Flash Wolves is going to have to rely a lot on Karsa to relieve some of that pressure, because you look at their group, because I don't think the GPL is a threat. Well, they're making
themselves up in that mid and late game, but we are going to have an explosive early game. That is almost for certain. Gigabyte Marines.
We figured out it's too late, because this is absolutely a situation, if you remember, when you put your 80 carry and top on one side, that should become the strong side of your
They can TP dive in.
Get vertical jungling. They could, but then they would lose the bottom lane turret. I really wonder how they're going to play this.
Oh,
they're going to do it.
I mean, I remember this from the lane swap
Flash
days.
is still level 1.
MMD, yeah, going to have to run out of the way. Stark going to look to tank it up. Archie actually starting it off, but MMD absolutely dead.
Because this goes back to the fundamentals of the lane swap. You split up the map completely, because there's always a counter move if you don't. The cases happen very often in lane swaps, so you can get a tier unpunished.
Ooh, still level disadvantage, but the Cocoon's going to miss, and Karsa, Storm Raider surging out. There's Levi going to be forced to flash his bottom lane action there as well. Low on that side of Stark actually looked to dive the turret. He's going to have to flash out as well. Maple almost picking up 2 kills under his own turret there.
Usually when you run into upgraded items, but that doesn't matter because we're fighting top side.
Yeah, TP gank here. Taunt's going to start it up. MMD getting cocooned up as well. Knocked over the Johnson punch. And also going to swoop in for the kill. Locked him down with a chain and grabs it.
That dive, they made it look so easy, but again, when they do that, because of the lane swap early, the first turret still goes over to the Flash Wolves. They burn, teleport, and show jungler in the top lane. Still goes to show the level of fear that MMD is going to be under for the rest of this game, because
yes, we might lose the bottom side turret and bag him, but they're just capitalizing everything around wards. Yeah, Levi might actually fall victim to exactly that right now.
Play starting here. They're trying to get out. Arrow going to force Sword Art Splash. Optimus, the cast fighting on the other side. Betty in aggressively, but Karsa gets damaged back down onto the LeBlanc. Here's MMD arriving with the stand united, but Galio is going to come down to the MMD. Knocked up by the ulti and now forced to flush the wall. Starkton, flash torn in. Blue ultimate justice punch. MMD goes down. Sword Art going to try and lock one more, but Optimus has caught the support, and that's yet another kill. Gigabyte Marines answer 2 clean ones.
Such a good fight for Gigabyte Marines, but that's exactly the wrong direction to go.
They just do it. It's just so much fun to watch.
And we have to note the pressure is so much on Flash Wolves right now to respond.
Karsa, oh, that's the arrow! That's an Archie able to get the kill on the other side. Beautiful combo by Gigabyte Marines.
And Flash Wolves is completely on the back foot. How can they survive this? Here comes Gigabyte Marines again.
Dive coming in. There it is from Stark. Johnson's punch knocks up MMD. Damage is there from Winds of War, and Slay does exactly that.
Yes. How many teams do Gigabyte Marines have to do this to?
Ever fight their way out, it is here. They're playing versus a big comp in a team fight scenario, and this is where they actually are strong. So there's a potential for victory.
Going for it instead. Optimus dive straight in. Galio ultimate into the back of the team. Knocks up Karsa and Betty. And now the team's going to move forward, but Stark could be too far forward. Turret down, the wild growth protects the Galio. Stark back in with a punch. Now thinks better of it. And that's all they needed. They just needed the turret.
Yeah, this is something they have clearly picked up throughout, and they're playing it quite well.
This is a 1v4 that's about to start, I think. Karma rotating up as well. Sorta going to lock him down the roof. Gets a couple taunts. Might take a little while, but he looks pretty dead. Stark is going to finally fall.
The map wasn't set up for the cross map.
The mid lane that we noticed earlier, and the map is completely dark right now.
It's been dark for a while.
Ooh, that's a catch move and a Soda. There's a kill. Galio coming in as well. That's going to force Karsa to get out of there.
And that's just when you have to gamble. You know, this team,
40 minutes, it can very well turn around.
Yeah, because pickups are generally always on the timer. Their strength lines in the early game and in their dominance, and MMD is feeling
Gunblade popped, and that's an easy pick. I mean, LeBlanc at least is good at the best of times. Gunblade's going to make that even easier. Up again, just creating pressure in every single lane. Find picks if you can get him, and maybe Karsa's the next victim. Betty shifts out from under the cocoon. Galio is coming in from a LeBlanc mimic. That was sick. Flash taunt, Sword Art dead. Betty going to get knocked up there as well. And now the fight's continuing. Maple going to try and dish out DPS. Stuck a little too far forward. Does go down to MMD.
I'm still a little shocked that you can Galio ult the LeBlanc mimic. Even then, he then overcommits on the turret, but they're going to try and keep pushing forward.
Damage is still there. Optimus is one little Q under Karsa, and that might be almost all his health. Flash taunt. Fire Slay could be the kill. Needs to take a little bit more, and there's Betty with the finishing blow. Optimus now has to flash out as well. Betty flashes in for the shutdown, and this is where it might all unravel. Maple, realm warping out of the way, gets over to the minions and flashes out, but Karsa still there. Betty moving the skill shots in. He's going to try and take it down. He does get the kill, but Betty seals the triple kill.
Yeah, getting that gold on Betty is actually very crucial when...
Patient, unfortunately now down one of their globals, and actually down now two. They're looking for a pick here in the top lane. TP coming in as well. Mabel going to get chunked out. Stark should taunt him down, but the TP's going to come in safe. MMD does get the taunt down onto Optimus, and that's going to stop TPS for a while. Mabel now going to turn it back around, and Flashwolf's here first. Optimus really wants to kill, but he's not going to get it. MMD grabs another. Stark goes down as well.
This is absolutely massive for the game. A failed pick, and that can mean actually that Flashwolves can base, get full HP.
Sole control of the vision around the Baron area. Again, globals all being done except for Stark's ulti. Does make this a little tricky. But Marines never want to shy away from a fight. Here's Optimus diving in. Arrow hits on the MMD. Chang in a fight, and Cocoon piles in. Damage is pretty good to Galio. Going to get the knock-up just in time. Shut down, and now 5v4 Stark. Flash 3-man taunt in. Sword up low. Knock up there from the Wild Group, but Slay needs to kind of around Benny, trying to do what he can, but he gets shut down by Slay.
Still a big-time fight from Gigabyte Marines. Marines are controlling the map. If you can limit your entrances to mid lane, to river, that's a more reasonable area to control.
Diving again, Casa the target, but Arrow hits onto Casa still. Levi way too far forward though. Galio is going to help him repel up. Lots of cute interactions here.
They got to get out of here.
Yeah, to build on that.
Jen trying to fight.
Here's the TP back from Flashwolves, though. Looking to cut up the backline. Oh, Swamp's winning dashes out. Cast now going to get another big taunt. Benny can't shift out in time to still get CC, but Gigabyte Marines needs to kill the front line. MMD does go down to the knockout of Justice Punch. Slay so much damage is now stuck. He's going to get aggressive with the damage reductions help there from the Duran, but Benny still moving forward, just not quite enough, and there's a redemption to reset it all for Flashwolves. 2-1 trade, and now more. Benny looks for the last kill, needs a Q, doesn't land at Maple. Now the next contender, and there's the double he wanted.
Yeah, the Marines are not reading these team fights well enough to get a single pick, and there is this slight step forward that immediately gets punished by the Flash Wolf. Happening to the bottom lane. He was going for the macro play to set up that side lane, and suddenly Marines, they just pulled the trigger for no apparent reason, because Flash was doing such a great job contesting the jungle entrances that down. Yet they continue to fight afterwards. Right now, though, they're going to go for Maple.
Oh, good. Double the stop forward. Maple, gunbladed up. Snare is going to land. And that's another good arrow, but it hits MMD. Stand United may have just saved his mid laner. Levi still chasing. There's another flash on Maple. All right, dead this time. Going to lose the Baron buff and didn't get the mid turret. That's what he was staying for.
The flash was his favorite.
Well, the main game for them is fight. Just the side lanes, that's the other one. Now Optimus moving in. Tries to let them Benny stuck so aggressively far forward as Gigabyte Marines kind of zoning him off this turn. MMD with a good taunt though onto Levi.
Down!
Take him down. Just not enough here. There's another kill. Caster able to get that. Optimus forced to flash, and now Slay completely put out of position. Just going to get slowed down a little bit by Sword Art. Might make it out alive, but Optimus busy farming Raptors on the top end of the fight, and Betty is still chasing them.
But all right now, they have the Baron buff.
Yeah, Redemption again. Baron still up for about a minute and a half, so they're going to break mid. Should be able to get this inhib down as well. All 5 of Gigabyte Marines are up, so Flashwolf can use a bit more caution. Good block, I think, from MMD, and there's the Rise. Realm power. Oh, the stun, not enough. Realm just in time.
Got hit Rise. Really before Nash responds, because otherwise they have to really dance between two objectives. If they can just force another fight here, they want that.
If Levi can steal this or win a fight here, it would be huge for him, but this is right. Flash was going for the fight.
Galio ulti going to try and cut them off, but it's pretty defensive looking. Gigabyte Marines might just still fight it, but MMD is real tanky.
This is what Flash Wolves want, though. The Elder Drake does not take them very low, and the more they can just poke 5v5 right here, the more advantage they become.
I think Gigabyte Marines might have given it up already. Elder Dragon still taking aggro, so they can go back onto it. Gigabyte Marines, they don't want to concede, but they might have to. Maple maybe caught here. Optimus looking for the snare down. Snot's not going to land. MMD able to peel it off and take down Optimus. Now Betty just firing away into Cocoon, but Stark going to get chased out of the pit. Elder Dragon finally resets, but the catches are too many. Archie goes down to Maple after a realm warp. There's another kill. The double picked up for Rise, and now Maple chased down with a GA. Gonna lose it, and gonna lose his second life.
Yeah, the Flashos really understood the ebbs and flow of this Dragon contest, and they dance around beautifully around the pressure, never allowing the Gigabyte Marines to land those consecutive CCs.
The win here, 40 seconds to Levi, 20 seconds to everybody else. Stark's trying to do what he can, but just fighting MMD, who's kind of buying time for the rest of his team. There's one Nexus turret down. Stark gonna get taunted up, and he's got some damage reductions. He flashes out of the way, but Flashwolves gonna take him down, complete the ace, and take down the Nexus. Flashwolves finally on the board here at MSI.
Flashwolves find their first win of the group.
Means they give us another great game with another different way to play League of Legends.
High lane swap early. Ult in on a LeBlanc clone with Galio.
I mean,
couldn't quite close it.
That was some really cool stuff happening in that